to my channel. Today is the day for my UFO WIP update, so let's get started. So as you can see, I've got a whole lot of blocks on my design wall behind me there. Most of them behind this side of me are my socialites blocks, actually all of them, and they are taking up a lot of my design wall. So my goal this next week is to work on getting the socialites put together. All of my coordinating fabrics, they're solids, that match all the prints have come in. My daughter has ironed them all for me because I hate to iron and she likes to iron. I think she likes to iron. She always volunteers, so I think she likes to. So I just need to now cut them and start assembling. And the good thing is that all that's left to do is make some hash-square triangles setting, to make some like setting stars, I guess, that go around some of the blocks. So they're just half square triangles and squares. So it should go together fairly quickly. Although it's going to be a large quilt, it's going to be 99 by 99. So it might take a minute, but I'm hoping by next week I'll have some progress to show you guys. When it gets all done, it won't even fit on my design board. So I'll probably have to take a picture and show you guys rather than holding it up, because as I've told you all, I'm really short. So there's no way I'm going to be able to hold a quilt up that big. But I'm looking forward to getting that done. So I'm glad all the fabrics have arrived. So the other thing I've been working on is the 2-color quilt challenge with Shannon Way of Slay Arts. Her and I have been doing this together. It's been really fun. One of our subscribers pointed out the other day that we're halfway through, and I was like, no, we're not. We are. We've done 3 months so far. We've got 3 months to go, and we're doing 2 blocks a month. So we are halfway through. 3 more months of blocks, I should say. And then the final month, the 7th month, is the setting month. We're not going to give out a setting for this. We're going to let you all be creative, and her and I are both going to be creative and come up with our own thing. So I'm looking forward to that. But here's this month's blocks. Here's the first one, and then the second one. So that's going really well. Those are fun. It's been great sewing with everybody. We have over 200 people that signed up to sew along with us. So it's been really fun to see everybody participating and all that. So, and a lot of people have been sending in their blocks, which we show when we go live. And that's been great to see all the different color choices everybody's making. I love seeing when people mix colors that I don't think about mixing together. It opens my eyes a little bit to other things. So that's been great. The other thing that I finished is my joy-filled quilt from Corey Yoder. I finally got it quilted and bound. It is actually going to be in our state fair, so I don't have it right here, but I do have a picture, so I'll pop that up now. So that was fun for me to make and finish because, as most of you know, I'm a huge Corey Yoder fan. I love her fabrics and I love her patterns. So I mixed, actually let me grab the pattern right here. I mixed her pattern with Sunwash. She originally wrote the pattern for Buttercup and Slate, so that's what it should have looked like. And I love Buttercup and Slate, but I didn't like it with this quilt pattern because I felt like the soft colors sort of got washed out in this. So that's why I did it with Sunwash, and I'm really glad I did because I love the bright, cheery quilt. I did make a quilt with Buttercup and Slate, an Ohio Star quilt, and I can actually show that another time. But so I do love that fabric. I just didn't like it with this pattern. So that's all done. And like I said, it's at the state fair. So I'm really excited to see it hanging. We go down there in a couple weeks. So that's going to be fun for me. It's always, even if you go into a competition or a fair, I have no expectation to win anything because I'm going up against the top people in the state, Amish quilters and all that. And, but it's just really fun to see your quilt hanging there, especially next to all these other amazing quilts and amazing quilters. So I'm really excited to see it hanging here in a few weeks. So that's that. I started, well, I haven't started the project yet, but I started acquiring the fabrics for a new project. I've had this pattern called Going Coastal from Art East Quilting Company. And a lot of you know Art East because their pattern cat scratch is really, really popular right now. It's kitty cats like looking like they're scratching down the quilt, the front of the quilt pattern. And they've got all kinds of other cute patterns. They've got the one I'm working on called Going Coastal. They've got a puffin pattern. Anyway, the Going Coastal one is totally me. It's, you know, all things. There's a mermaid, there's a fisherman on it, fish. a whale, a boat, and all that kind of stuff. That's completely me. And I didn't love the fabric choices that they had listed. So I decided to make it all in grunge. So I'm really, really excited. So I have a lot of grunge, but I didn't have all the colors that I needed. So I just got all those ordered. And I noticed that this morning, I got a notice that some of it is on the way. Most of it is on the way here. So I'm going to be starting that really soon. And I got a PDF of this pattern. I didn't get the hard copy, else I would show you guys. So next week I will have to print out a color copy of that and show you what I'm talking about. But I'm really excited to start working on that. It's the Art East quilts are a lot like Elizabeth Hartman quilts, which most of you know Elizabeth Hartman quilts. They're very distinct. Most of them have the animals or robots or different things like that, where they're all traditionally pieced, but lots and lots of pieces. So these quilt patterns are not for a beginner. They're definitely intermediate to advanced, just because of all the little pieces. My friend Stephen Bland of Bland Designs and the Idiot Quilter right now is actually working on the cat scratch pattern. And he said the same thing. It's not hard. There's just a lot of pieces. And so you just have to be, it's fiddly because of all the pieces, but it's not difficult. You have to really have your 1/4 inch down. You really have to know what you're doing, else you're going to get frustrated really easily. And, you know, when you do one of these, you definitely want to have Jack the Ripper sitting right next to you, because you probably will need it at some point. So that's the next thing I'm going to be working on. So I'll show you guys that as I go along. I'm really excited to get started on that. I just love the look of the quilt. And like I said, I changed some of the colors though, because I didn't love all the fabrics they picked. But as long as you can take a pattern that you love and look at it with different fabrics there, you know, and make it your own, you're going to love it. So I'm excited about that. All right, the next thing I have for you guys is, in my last UFO video, I talked about this little pretty blue quilting journal. And I told you that I was going to give it away, because the last time I tried to give it away, the person didn't answer me. And so I put this up for a giveaway again. And the winner of the journal is Nadine Logan. So Nadine, if you can please email me. My email will be down in the description box below, but it's Stephanie's with an S .stitches@yahoo.com. But like I said, I'll also put it down below in the description box. If you can email me and tell me you're the winner and claim the journal and give me your name and your full address where I can send it. I cannot wait to get this out to you. So yay. The next thing I want to talk about is the Fort Worth Fabric Studio. You guys know I sew for them. And Lilacia Love, which is their newest sew along, starts on the 24th. So this coming Monday. I've tried to give the quilt away, the quilt kit, and nobody has claimed it yet. So if nobody claims it by this weekend, I will pull a new winner. But as of yet, I do not have a winner. But I hope that you guys will sew along with me, because the fabric is gorgeous. Can I actually have that kit, Sarah? I'll show you guys. My daughter's sitting right here. I will show you guys the kit one more time. They still have a few available, not very many. It mostly has sold out. So I will show you guys this one more time in case you're interested. The fabric is gorgeous. It's beautiful lilac purples, and there's greens in here. I don't want to pull this all apart because this is going to be the winner's kit, but here's a green, and this is just beautiful. So I can't wait to get started on this. It's going to be a full quilt this time, not just a table runner. I know the last couple we've done were table runners, so it'll be nice to do a quilt together. And that's going to be a little bit longer of a sew along. The last couple I think were only 3 weeks. This one's going to be five weeks, I believe. So I hope you'll join me for that. That starts again July 24th, Monday. So the first video will be up, and I think the first week is just cutting. So if you are sewing from your stash, that day you'll be able to download the fabric requirements and your cutting, and then get it all done and ready for the next Monday for when we start sewing. So I'll see you then for that. The other thing I want to talk about is new fabric lines. This is something I decided to start showing you guys here on my channel. So I just got the new Moda book, which is what sellers of Moda get. And this talks about all the new fabric lines. So there's 3 that I'm really excited about. So I'm going to pop some pictures up here, excuse me, in a minute, showing you the different fabrics. But I'll just give you a quick peek from the book. I really like the new Sherry and Chelsea. It's called Strawberry Lemonade. And again, I'll give you a closer peek because I'll post up some pictures after this and show you them closer up. Moda has some Moda in-house designers, and they designed a new line of batiks, and these are called chroma batiks, and I think they're just so pretty. So that's one of my other new favorites. And then something different for, you guys know how much I love like Cori Yoder and Lala Boutique, and Lala Boutique has a very distinct style. Like when her fabrics come out, everybody knows it's her fabrics. She has her specific flowers. She uses a certain color palette. Well, this time she did her traditional flowers, but she did a different color palette that she's never done before. And I'm really, really excited about this. She has experimented a few times in the past, and for me, they were a little bit of a fail, like Smoke and Rust, one of her fabric lines from a couple of years ago. They weren't her traditional flowers. They were different colors that I just didn't care for, which, you know, it's her prerogative. She's the designer. I didn't love it, but this time she went different and I love it. So this one is called Old Glory. This is probably my favorite new fabric line that is coming out. Now this book is for fabrics that are coming out January, February, and March of next year. So these are still a while out, but I have to order them now as a shop owner. But this is called Old Glory. So it's a red, white, and blue line. Not your traditional red, white, and blue though, and I really love it. Her blues are gorgeous. She uses the prettiest blues when she does blue. So I'm very excited about this line. So I'm going to pop up some pictures after I get done talking here in a second. And I'd love to know what your new favorite line, or if you like any of those three. Tell me down below. And finally, I have one last thing to share with you, my acquisitions for the week. So I got a couple things from So Yeah. I saw these fabrics and I couldn't resist them, and it didn't help that my daughter over there was sitting next to me. She's like, oh, you got to get that, mommy. She's an enabler. We all enable each other, and she's learning from a young age how to enable. So this is from Northcutt, and we like space things around here. My grandfather was in the space program. He worked, did some things for NASA when I was growing up. All my kids love the stars, love space, and they had this beautiful like galaxy fabric. So I got that from So Yeah. And then they had this fabric that I got enough. It's going to be for a backing for a quilt. What quilt? I don't know yet, but it was pretty and I couldn't pass it up. So it's almost like an ombre. It's galaxy as well, but it goes from that, and I'll turn it around to that. So absolutely beautiful. Again, to that. And I got enough of it to make a backing for a quilt. I think I got 4 or 5 yards. So I acquired that this week. The other thing I acquired was, or that came to me, was my Patriot box. Now this is So Yeah's 4th of July package that they did. They're calling it a box. It's not really a box. It comes in a package, not a box. A lot of us that do boxes, projects, we call them a box just because it's weird to say like my project, I guess. I don't know. I've been struggling with that too because I used to actually put my projects in boxes, but due to the shipping and the cost of shipping and everything, I don't put them in boxes anymore. I just put them in bags and ship them to you guys in a priority mailer. I think they're going through the same issue with boxes versus bags. So they called this a Patriot box, or Patriot box, and people were like, but it's not in a box. No, it's not in a box, but it's a project. Anyway, they had this fabric specially designed. The guys are a big fan of Stonehenge fabric, and I like Stonehenge fabric too. And they got Northcutt to specially print this Stonehenge fabric with patriotic themed stamping, I guess, for lack of a better term, on top of it. So here's what it looks like. This is Stonehenge, but a special edition Stonehenge that was made just for So Yeah. So you can see the, hopefully, ooh, the camera will focus. You guys can see the patriotic theme on top of it. So that's the cream Here's the blue, which this blue is what I got for backing as well. The blue's gorgeous. You can see the Statue of Liberty really well on that one. And there's the Capitol building, the Liberty Bell, the American flag. I'm trying to see what else is on here. An eagle. And God We Trust. Things like that. So it's all like patriotic. There's the red. So this is Stonehenge with the printing on top of it. So this weekend on Saturdays with Steph, my friend Shannon of Slate Arts is going to come on my channel because she got one of these too. And we're going to sew these up. So they put this together with the idea that you could either make it for yourself or you could make it for Quilts of Valor. So they came out with 3 patterns. They gave us 3 patterns to go with this. And one of these, you can pick one of the 3 and make one of the quilts. And there's enough fabric for any of these. So here's the 3 patterns that were included. The Lone Star, the Ohio Star, which is more than likely what I'm going to pick because I love it. I actually really like this one too, called Night Sky. But I think they had a little bit of an oopsie, which I'm going to have to contact them because there's only this sheet. There's no instructions on how to make the quilt inside. I could probably figure it out if I looked at it long enough. But yeah, I opened it up and I was like, where's the rest of the directions? That's okay. It was just an oopsie, I'm sure. A lot of times when you staple a bunch of stuff together, you might forget a piece or something. So I think that's what happened. So I might have considered this, but I'm sewing it this weekend, so I'll more than likely do the Ohio Star. I do love a Lone Star, but I really don't love strip piecing, and that's how they designed this quilt, to do strip piecing. So I probably won't do that. I more than likely will do this one because I love an Ohio Star. You guys know. So if you are interested in the Patriot Box, they do not have any more backings left, and they cannot get any more. Like I said, this fabric was specially printed just for them, and they've run out, but they do have the Patriot Box left. So I think they've got about 30 kits left if you're interested. But if you are like me and you're a matchy person, they do carry Stonehenge in their shop, and you can get any of the red or blue Stonehenge fabrics for the backing, and it will match. So I know some people have written me and said, oh, they're out of backings, I'm waiting for them to get backing in. They're not going to get any more. That's it. They printed it one time, it's gone. You can't find this fabric in any other shop. It was made specifically for So Yeah. So if you like this as much as I do, because I love like Americana stuff, then go get one of their packages while they still have it. And like I said, you can get the Stonehenge to match. So and also in the box came like a sticker. It says, United We Stand, Together We Sew, which is really cute because you guys know my theme is Together We Sew. So I thought that was kind of fun. And then they also put a large spool of Aurifil, and it matches perfectly the cream. Where did I put that? The cream fabric. So if you wanted to quilt it with this or piece it with this, this is perfect. They did a perfect match. So those were my acquisitions for the week. And it also is leading me to my sewing project for Saturdays with Steph. So I'm looking forward to that. The other thing I have going on right now is my autumn project that I was just shipping it out last night and today, and I'm going to be sewing that right here on my channel on the 29th of July, so I'm excited about that. I do have just a few left. Thank you to everybody who's purchased it. I've got just a few left in my shop, so if you are interested in that, you can go over to my Etsy shop. I will link that down below. And grab yours. If you want to see a little sneak peek of what's in the box, I put up a video yesterday on that, and I will link it here at the end. But thank you to everybody so much who has purchased it. That means the world to me that you're supporting me and my small business. But that's pretty much, I think that's all I've gotten. That's probably enough. You're probably done listening to me. So thank you all, and I will see you tomorrow for Saturdays with Steph, live at 5 p.m. Eastern, and then Monday for the Fort Worth Fabric Studio sew along. Bye!